shit, that is the problem. Okay, now it is to everyone. Okay, so the Pygame site looks like it's down. Okay, but their GitHub repo is up. Okay, this is their GitHub repo. So I will start once again from the first. Okay, so Pygame, enough, minimize. Okay, so Pygame, so you can build these kind of 2D games using Pygame. Pygame is a package which is part of not part of default Python installation. You have to install explicitly. Okay, how to install? This is how it is. I'll show how to install that as well. Okay, let me go back to the command line. Is the command line is visible for all? Is it you are able to read it? Yep. Okay, so let me minimize. Okay, so Python first. Let's start with where to search for Python. Okay, so typically go on Google Python. Okay, it goes to python.org. Okay, Python has popularly two versions, Python 2x and 3x. Few months back there were two versions. Now Python 2.x is kind of deprecated completely, and 3x is out there. Okay, so you can directly go and download. So when you click download, it will start download. So simple, go there and click download, it will download. Once you click it, it will ask for the standard Windows installation. I have already installed, so it is asking for modify, repair, or install. So typically this would be the install default application. If you give next check, it will install. So installing Python is like any other Windows software. There is nothing hard in it. So once you installed it, so you have to set path. Okay, so typically Python is installed here. Let me go to AJKLMNP. Yeah, so this is how the Python is installed. Okay, where is it? Yeah, I'll scroll down. Here it is. Okay, so you will get idle, Python command line library, manuals, ignore it. So these two you will get it by default. So these two are called command line interpreters. Okay, when you go to idle, so you will get this white screen. Okay, in which if you type, do any Python code, it will get the instant result. For example, a equal to 10, b equal to 20, c equal to a plus b, print c. You can do this way or you can do this way. Both are same. Okay, so both will give it. So this is the basic how you can start with it. The same way, let's go and check the black and white screen, which is similar to this. Where is AJKLMNOP? Here it is. The second category is command line interpreter. Okay, so it is also the same, the triple thing. So here you can see the Python version. Okay, and what bit, 32-bit or 64-bit I have installed. For me, I have installed the 32-bit. So the same code, let's say s equal to 10, d equal to 20, e equal to s plus d. If I print e, it will get, or I'll print of e. This is how you play with that. These are the two ways. As a starter, you can start with Python. There is a third way. So let's go to the Sublime text. Come on. So this is a normal text editor. You don't need to get Sublime text, any text editor. Okay, Notepad, just a Notepad is also good enough. Okay, so in that, let's say I am doing a equal to 50, b equal to 90, d equal to a plus b, b, and then I do a d and then print d. The same code which I have done it there. Okay, and I save this file as a Python file. So where do I save? Let me save it in my place where I used to have the folder called Arun. So here I'm going to PyMaster and put it in this first 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 Python PYTHON Python, and the extension would be PY. Okay, this is important. Okay, give the extension. So I've saved this file. Now next step is to run. Okay, so to run it, I should know the path where this file is. Okay, so how would I run? So don't run it inside Python, you will get error. Okay, remember this is not a place to run. So I will do a exit, unfortunately, and then go to command line. So in the command line, you will have this, right? This is a standard command line. So test Python. So my Python is there. So this is to check whether Python is working or not. So I do a CLS. So do Python, and then within double quotes, paste your file name. Okay, this is my file name. See, F:\Arun Pygame master first Python.py. Okay, the syntax is your Python and space and then your file name. The reason why I'm giving this double quotes is sometimes people give new folder or something. There would be a space between the names, right? So it will cut off here itself. So if assuming this is a space. So to avoid that common errors, we do this. Okay, I do this at least. So if I go and do an enter here, so I got the output. Come on, man. So I got 140. So if you see, there is one difference between what I did it in command line interpreter and here. So in the command line interpreter, when I give D, it immediately printed me the value of D, whatever it is. But here I got only one output, not two outputs. So that output is from the print. So if you are using a file, the first thing you should know is you should always use print. Only in the command line interpreter, the direct value, putting the direct value will work, or else this is useless. This line is useless. Okay. So how can I make it? I just do a comment to comment it hash. So typically in other languages you have double slash or sometimes triple dot, like something like that, right? Here comment is the hash is for where is it? Save, control S. Okay, for doing it. Okay, and I do an enter. I reduce the size so that it is so annoying. Okay, now I got the same output. So till this, anybody is having any queries, let me wait. Okay, where is the chat? Okay, any questions till this? So this is how you get started with Python. Okay, so if you want to know more on Python, there is a free course in GUVi itself, which we have given it free for till 31st. So you, which I am the author, you can go and learn Python there itself. Okay, so to run it in Sublime, so save the file. First step is to save the file with extension .py. This is the first step. Second step, go to command line, go to CMD. CMD is for short form for command line. Then type Python space double quotes your file name.py. This is how you do it. Video is very slow. That's why I switched off the video itself. Screencasting, I can't skip it. So these are the three ways where you do it. So see here. What you do is nothing is visible. Hey, how about others? Yeah, Vikash, what is your question? Can you put the question so that I can reply? Okay, screen is perfect. Visible. Vikas, can you put your question? Saving the file. Okay. So open a new file. Let's say I am opening a notepad. Okay. So everybody knows notepad, I assume that way. Okay. So here I am doing a print hello world, WRLD world. Okay. And I save this file, control S. Okay. Where do I save? Which is my folder. Here is my folder. You can save it in anywhere you want it. So this is second.py. Save it with the extension py. So now we have saved it. Okay, I need to know the path. Where did I save it? So I go here, Python. So I think I did it in D colon, no, F colon, I guess. F colon. Okay, yeah, F colon / Arun / Pygame master. Previously I copy pasted, but unfortunately Notepad doesn't give the option, so I have to type from the first second.py. So my whole file name is given here. Okay, and I press enter. So when I press enter, I get the hello world. So is that clear, Vikas? Perfect, man. Okay, so now we know how to run a Python file. That is the step one. Okay, so then let's understand a little bit on variables and other things. So variables is nothing but this is a variable. For example, in the first Python file, I have A, B, and D, right? So these are the placeholders, or think like a dabbas. Okay, in which you can put something, and that something is the value. Okay, the value is 50. It could be 50.5. Okay, or it could be, let's say, SSS equal to string. It could be a string. Hey all. Okay, so I have control S. So here I have three different type of variables. One is integer. Another one is, are you able to teach us in Jupyter? No, I don't want to bring in Jupyter here because it has to be clean and simple for people to learn. Jupyter, it needs little hand holding in other side, so I'm not going to do it. Okay, so these are the variables. So with variables, I had 4 variables here: A, B, D, and SSS. SSS is a string variable since it is double quoted. A is a floating point. B is an integer. Okay, I do print SS also, triple S. Save it, control S, go back to this command line and run the first .python. So I get all those things. So this is the variables. Okay, so now we understood how to run Python. Now we understood variables. Step 2. Step 3, looping. So the looping is something you want to do it repeatedly. Okay, let's say I want to print hi. Okay, I want to print this 5 times. So what are the option I had? So I can copy and paste it multiple times. Okay, this is one way, which is a painful way. Being a lazy fellow, I don't do this. So if I run it, I will get the output. There is nothing wrong in that. But can I do it in a better way, smarter way? So that's where the looping comes in. So looping is where you do, for example, let's say for A in range. So range is an inbuilt function like print. Print is a function to print. Range is a function to give some values till certain number. Okay, range is 10 and then colon. Okay, hey, somebody is scratching here and there. Please avoid it, whoever it is. Okay, so and I give a tab. Okay, so which means that this is going into the for loop. So let's run this. See, I got high. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 times without copy pasting 10 times. So yeah, that is also fine. So I'm just trying to explain loops, not in terms of print statements. Okay, so if I want to have 100, I just need to do 100 here. So it will repeat the same stuff 100 times. So instead of copy pasting 100 times, the same thing is done here. Okay, let's say instead of this, I want to print 1 to 300 times. Okay, 1 to this thing, cancel, control S. Okay, CLS is to clear, and then I'm running the Python file. See, I got 1 to 99. So 0, it starts with 0. That is the important point, and it ends at 99. Okay, So I got a print of n numbers or 100 numbers in this case using a loop. So this is the purpose of a loop. It makes your life easier. So if your life is a loop, so you get up in the morning, you eat, you sleep, do the same thing again, right? Like this, if you want to do something again in programming world, use loops. Okay, that is one thing which you need to know when you get into programming. And the next thing is conditionals. So let's say here I want to print only the what do you say, odd numbers. Okay, or I want to print the numbers which is greater than a is greater than 50. Okay, if I want to do it, typically our dad or mom used to put conditions, right? Only when you do this, you will get the pocket money, or else you will not do it. The same way I'm doing it. So in this, yes, we will show it. Magesh, please wait. Okay. So a lot of people are new to Python itself. So that's why I have to go into Python. That's why I asked the first question. Okay. So I got a print statement and I run it. So I got to print numbers which is only above 50. Okay. Why do we necessarily to install Sublime, or is there a Notepad is good enough? I like Sublime, so I used it. If you like any other editor like Notepad++, please feel free to use it. Okay, it's not mandatory to use Sublime. Okay, so here I added a condition. Okay, this is the second thing. So now we have added a condition and a loop. These are the two things we did. And let's assume I want this to be done again, these 4 lines. Okay, there are 2 ways to do it. Add a for loop above this. I mean, another loop above this. There is another cleaner way to do it. There is something called functions. Def. Okay, let's say f. I'm calling the function as f. Okay, inside the f, I put all these guys. Dishum. Okay, and I run that. Let's go and run it. CLS to clear the screen. So I run the Python thing. Oh no, there is no output here. Okay, the code is proper. There is nothing, no error in the code. Okay, what is the reason? Yes, you're right. I didn't call for f. Okay, writing a function is not enough. You have to call the function. Without the calling the function, it will not happen. Okay, let's go and run it. So we got the 50 to 100. So now we have put this piece of code again. Let's say, so in the game, you want to draw multiple balls, or you want to find whether it is, you want to blast a ball when something is crashed. So what you do, you need that for every ball, right? So what we do is we write that as a function and we pass the ball to that function, and so that it can do it. So in this case, I fixed 100, right? So instead of fixing 100 here, I can pass the 100 from the external case and get that in a value. Let's say W. Anything you can give it. It's not mandated to W. And I use the W here, that variable name here. Okay. So if I run it, again clear, go back and run it, the same code works. So what I did, instead of fixing the value here, I'm passing from here. So I can call another, the same f with value 1000. Okay. And let's say I want to change the condition also. So E. So I'll put it E here. And the second parameter is, let's say anything greater than 2, you print it. And first list it is 10. Okay. In the second list, let's change it to 30. And anything above, let's say 25, you print it. Okay. So I haven't copy pasted the code, but I have called the code twice. The same piece of code is called with different values. It's like asking the person to add 2 numbers. So first time you give 2 values and he adds and gives it. Second time you give another 2 values, he gives it. Okay, that's called parameters here. In programming world, we call that as a parameter. Okay, so I'm running it. See, I got two outputs. The first output is here to here, 2 to 9. Second one is 20 to 26 to 29. So in this, one thing you need to know is this range, right? Range stops before 10 itself. See here, it stops at 9. That is the behavior of a range. Range always stops a number before the value. So if you give 11, if you want to have 10, you have to give the value of 11 here. Then only it will print till 10 because it starts with 0. Okay, that is one thing you need to remember. Okay, so far what we have seen is variables. Oh, sorry, boss, I have pasted here wrongly. So first is where's, second one is loop and condition, third is functions and parameters, params. Any questions in these three items? I will wait because understanding these three are important. Others? What? No, sir, it's clear. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, Sudhagar, what is your question? I will repeat. We can do using a while loop. Yes, we can. Why do they refer to? Sudhagar, your question is incomplete. If you give the question clearly, I'll try to understand and reply to you. Like, what does it stand for? Which one? I've done 3 items. So which one you are asking for? Think so. If it is not 1 and 3. Oh, okay. Variables and functions. Okay. Variables is to store some values. For example, let's say if I ask you to add 20 and 30, what you'll do, you'll keep 20 in your head, and then let's assume you're a kid. Okay, you're a 3rd standard kid. So you will count using your fingers, right? So 20 in the mind and 3 in the finger. Okay, somewhere you have to store the value, right? For storing the value, the variables are there. Okay, and the functions are kind of something you want to do it repeatedly, but instead of copy pasting it, you give a name and ask him to do it. Okay, it gives 2 advantages. One is it gives modularity, and let's assume if there is an error in the code, you can easily go and point out, hey, this is the guy who's creating the error. So it helps you to debug efficiently in terms of understanding the code also. Okay, first tell me variables are clear or not, Sudhakar. Okay, so the functions are like, think you're sitting for a semester exam and you're studying it. In the last day, what you'll do, 5 friends will sit, you split all one unit to 5 units to 5 people, or and ask them to study, and they'll individually study and come and tell the stories to other 5, right? So that is an example for a function. You given a unit to one guy and he does a function and he returns you some value. Okay, that is what a function does. Function does some piece of unit of work. In math also we have this function, right? F of x, g of x. If you go to your school days, okay, this function is derived from that concept. What is conditions and parameters? Go and talk to your mom. She'll put a lot of conditions to go out. Nowadays, the entire world has put a condition. Nobody has to go out. That is a condition. Okay. Parameter is something which you give it. For example, everybody is reading the unit. So some values is given for the first guy, second values for the second guy, right? Unit 1 is for you. Unit 2 is for you. You are telling him to do some thing based on the value, right? That value is called params. Thank you, Muthu. Okay, fine. So now we understood a little bit about Python. I wouldn't say you will become an expert just by hearing this. You need to practice. Okay. So if you sit for a week, you will be able to learn Python very well. So the Python is pretty simple. Okay. What are the other loops? While loop is there, which does the similar thing. But right now, I don't want to bring that confusion into this. Once we go into the Pygame, we'll see while loop in action. Okay, so let's get into Pygame. Where is Pygame? Here is the PPT. Okay. Okay, how to install Pygame? So Pygame, as I said, it doesn't come with Python by default. Okay, you have to install something externally. Okay, so to install some external package in Python, you have something called pip, PIP. Okay, so this guy is called Python package installer. Okay, so if you go and type it, it will tell you how to install, how to download, blah blah blah, everything else. Okay, so all you need to remember is with the help of Python, you can pip, you can install any Python package. Okay, the command is pip install install Pygame. So whatever package you want, give it here. Okay, pip install Pygame. When you click it, assuming you are connected to the internet, it will go and download and install it. Already I've installed it, so it is saying that hey guy, hey Arun, you already have it, so don't worry about it. Okay. This is pip. Okay, pip will help you to install any external package which is not coming as part of Python. Okay, so now we have installed Pygame. Okay, so typically when I install some package, I will go and check it whether the package is installed properly or not, because I know I will make mistakes in code. So I should focus on the code rather than the installation problem. So first I will do a check, preliminary check. Okay, how I do is, once you install, go to your Python and then do an import of whatever package you are installing. You might install some package and you will import, right? Okay, import is like using that library which you have installed. So give that name. So here Pygame is the name, import Pygame. So if I give it, it will give me this like this welcome message. Let's say I am not giving properly. I'm purposefully giving PS capital. Okay, so which is not right. So what it will say, hey, module not found error. Python is saying, bro, you are asking Pygame with capital P, but I have searched, it is not there. It will say. Okay, so that is what it will happen. So this is the first check I'll do it. So once I install something, I'll go and try and import inside the Python command line interpreter itself before even running anything. Okay, so this is the first step. Anybody having any questions till this pip and import? Okay. So once it is done, okay, perfect. So I am exiting the Python command line, which is not useful. So CLS, so I have done it. Okay, then let's go back to the presentation. Yeah, one more concept which people might need it, not always. Okay, there is something called classes and objects in all the languages. Python also has it. So function, as I said, right, function will group a set of statements, correct? And you give a name. Okay, classes group of functions. So it's one level above it. Okay, so this is how you do it. I'm copying it and pasting it in my system. So I have it. So see here, I have a variable, okay, and I have a definition. So def is nothing but a function which says hello world, nothing else. Okay, and in that I'm passing a parameter called self. This is mandatory to pass for any function inside a class. Okay, if you are writing a function outside a class, it is not needed. But if you are writing inside a class, this is mandatory. Okay. Yes, that is right. Okay. So, and I create an object for it. So the class name is my class, and I create an object x and call the function f, x.f. Okay. Let me save it and run the Python first.python here again. Where is it? Come on, so much. Yeah. See, oh, it's not printing anything. Oh, it is returning. Okay. So I have to print here. Let me print it here instead of returning. Print hello world. Okay. And then rerun it. See, I got hello world. Same hello world code. Nothing I have changed it. I've given an extra name called my class, which is the class name. And using the class name, I created X. X is the object. Okay. So if you are familiar with idlis, you can understand this better. Actually, the credit goes to Sridevi, my co-founder. She gave this example. Class is like your idli pan, which gives you the template, and idlis are your objects, which are real thing. Okay. So this is a template. This guy is a template, and object, which is X, is a real thing. Using the real thing, you can call it. Okay. So this is called class. Okay. So class, this is a member function, and this is a member variable. This is how you create an object, and using the object, you call the function. Previously, let's assume if this f is outside the class, what we did earlier, let's say I call that as f1. Since it's outside the class, it is not needed. Okay. Okay. So I can call directly f1. What is this? Indentation error. This is one of the common basic error or only error. See here, if you see, I have given an extra space here. Because of that, it is giving error. It should be like this. Okay. There should not be any space before it. Okay. Don't decorate yourself. Python will do it on its own. Okay. So I'm going to run it. When I run it, I get two hello world. One hello world is from the object. This hello world is from the external function. So this is the first hello world. I'll scroll down and zoom out. So this is the first hello world. This is the second hello world. Okay. Clear about the classes? I will paste the code in the group to everyone. So you can try it and run it. So guys, save it in a file and try and running it. And let me wait for another 5 minutes. Yes, I will go into Python Pygame little sooner. Wait for another 2 minutes. Yes, I think it is directly uploaded to YouTube, I guess. You can check it in the YouTube. Guys, try the code and then tell me if you are able to run it. Okay, perfect. Okay, now enough of Python. Let's get into Pygame. Okay, so let me project it. So Pygame, this is a site which is supposed to be. Unfortunately, it's not up for some reason. Okay, so Python is a module which is developed for writing games in Python, and it is cross-platform. Okay, it runs in Windows, Unix, Linux, Android, iOS, anything you can do it. Okay, and you can download and distribute along with the Python. Okay, so typically these are the things which now let's get into the coding part of Python. Okay, sorry, Pygame. So the Pygame starts with, basically there's a game, right? So you have a lot of events. Okay, when I say event, it could be a keyboard event, mouse event, joystick event, okay, or video resizing event, okay, or any event it could happen. Okay, those are the first thing we should learn it in any game. These are common for all games. Okay, it has nothing to do with Pygame module. If you are a game developer, your first step after learning the logic, you will start with the events. Okay, this is the first step. Then the next step is, these are the event methods. Okay, I press the event, what should happen is the question. So whether the event is blocked, or you want to get it, or you want to post a new event, all those things. And then the surface is nothing but the display area. So where you are going to uh, project your game. So let's say I am writing a snake game. So where I'm going to show the snake game is the surface. It's called the surface. Okay, and drawing is a straightforward geometric drawing, like circle, ellipse, lines, all those things are called polygon, or called drawings. Okay, and then anti-aliasing, right now anti-aliasing I'm skipping it because it is little higher. Sprites are the one which helps you to load an image or load an object, visual object, not a class object, visual object, so that you can use it. Okay, uh, guys, stop your videos, please. Cut off your videos, it will slow down the entire streaming. Okay, that is the one. So it could be a image, gif, or anything. The sprites could be. So this is the little theory part of it. Now let's directly jump into the coding part of it. Before getting into the code, I will show one thing. So where is it? Come on, minimize. Okay, if you go to GUVi, and you can download, unlock the courses till 31st. Okay, and it is running for a long time. So you have to use the mobile app. You can't do it in web. Okay, only in mobile app you will have it. And in that, make sure that you are choosing the third option, college license, because I've seen multiple people putting that into a first option and saying that it is not working. Okay, and enter the COVID-19, you will be able to do it. And I have done a complete course on Pygame, which is a very short course. You can learn it within an hour about the Pygame and get certified in Pygame. The same thing which I am going to show it there, show it here. I have it here. I have it there. And another part is, where is my Pygame stuff? Okay, Sudhakar, switch off your video. Okay, so where all the codes are there, the examples which I'm going to use it. Search for reach to Arun Prakash GitHub. So I've kept all the source codes here. Okay, for Pygame. If you go to the repo, you will find the repository with the name Pygame. I'll paste that repository here to you guys as well. Okay, it has all the examples. Whatever I'm going to show it here, or whatever I've used in the course. Where is the chat window? Magnifier enough. Where is the chat? Here is a chat. So I'm putting it to everyone and pasting this. This is a place you can download all these things. Okay, will I get certified? Courses extended to 1 year. Let's assume you get certified. Yes, you will get it. If you are not certified, if you are not completing within 31st, you will not be able to. Okay. So this is the place where you will find all the courses. Okay. Yes, if you have completed, yes, you will get for free. Okay, we want everybody to complete and learn. So if you already get certified, it will be available for you for 1 year. Okay, good, Muthu. You've learned a lot of things. How many certificates you got? Muthu? Okay, 2. That's good. That's good. Nilesh got 2. Awesome, man. Okay. So let me go back to the story here. Okay. So in this code, you can download the zip and unzip it anywhere you want. Okay. The same way I've unzipped it and kept it in my PC here. See, this is the code. Okay. So I have all the code. Let me open up the first hello world. Okay. Open with Sublime Text. You can use any editor. Okay. The first Pygame code. Okay. The first Pygame code starts with the import. Okay. So as I tested earlier, I have to import Pygame. Okay. And also there are some other constants which is available, which we'll use it. That also we have to use it. Okay. So first I'm importing 2 things. Then step 1 is initializing. Hey, I am going to start my game. I have to initialize the engine. For example, if you have seen the games, right, it will start the load part. So this is what happens in the load part. It initializes based on the screen resolution, the first thing. And then it sets the screen size. Okay. So what is the size I want to have it? If it is a mobile, you can get the sizes from the screen and set it here. By default, I have given as 1600. You can change it to any other size. Okay. There are some questions. Where to download the certification? You can go to this course, and at the right top, you will have it. Okay. What is the use of sys in Python? Sys is for system modules. Okay. In this example, I haven't used it, but in future examples, I'll use it. Sys is for getting all the system related, for example, current path, folder exist, all those things. Sys will be used. Okay. Path, find the path and append the path. Lot of things are there for sys. Sys and OS. Let me show it. Sys module. So let's go and search it. That would be a better. Okay. Sys module in Python. Okay. Come on, minimize. Okay. Always go to the python.org. That is a place where you should read the stuff. So these are the sys module. So it says that this module provides access to the system specific parameters and functions. Let me show some of the good things. For example, byte order is one thing which will be useful. Okay. And then DLL handle is useful. Display hook value. Okay. These are some of the things which will be used from the sys stuff. And sys.exit. Sys.exit is to close the particular stuff. Okay. This is where a lot of people use it. Okay. And what else is there in sys? Get the size of. Okay. What is the size of this thing and the frame size? Okay. Windows version. What is the Windows version you are using it? So any system related information, you will get it from the sys module. Okay. Where is the code here? Yeah. So that is the first step. So first I've initialized the py, and second I've set up the size of the window. Third, I'm setting the caption. So we are going to do the which game I forgot. Yeah, snake game. Okay, the code is completely explained on the snake game. So slither.io, you might have seen it, right? The same way I've just for fun I've used slither.eat. Okay. So once this is done, I'm trying to get the surface, okay, in which I'm going to render. Okay. So and fill it with the red. Okay, fill the screen with red and display and flip it. And here I'm having a while loop. Okay, while true. And then having a keyword called pass. Pass means do nothing. Pass is for do nothing. And while loop, which is true, which means that it will be running forever. So which means that after coming over here, this line will run forever and you will not be able to close your code. Okay, I'll show that as well. You have to kill the code. Okay. And in the next example, I'll explain why I am having this unnecessarily unnecessary loop. Okay, I'll explain that as well. I have unnecessarily included this loop. I'll explain. Yes, displayed on the screen. Correct. You're right. Okay, let me go on, copy the file path, and go to the command line, CLS clear. How do I run it? Python space and file path. Okay, so if you see this, see here I have a, let me show the error also. Okay, here without double quotes, if I run it, it will say that, hey, I cannot open the file. What it says that I don't know this file 001. So it stops here itself. So there is a space, right? So for this reason only, I always have a habit of giving double quotes. It is not mandatory, but that's a habit I have developed to avoid silly errors. Okay. See, it is not even responding. So let's go back to the code. So what is the caption I said? Snake. Okay. So if you see, the snake is there and it is not responding because of while on loop. Okay. Let me kill it. Kill the code. Yes. Close the program, please. Okay. So I'm closing the code. Okay. Let me comment this line and check the stuff. Enter. See what I've done, slither.eat. So I've given something here in the first line, right? So that is present here. Slither.eat and blah, blah, blah. Last time, this line is overridden by this line. So we have rewrote the line. Okay. So yes, you can set anything. So we'll see all these examples. Okay. I'll run all these examples. It doesn't need to be a black or white or colored screen. It could be images. Okay. I'm closing it. Close the program. So step 1 is done. So this is how you will start a Pygame. So in it, set the size, get the surface, do whatever you want. Here I'm just filling it and have a loop. I will tell what the loop means. Okay. Any questions till this? What is snake? You might have seen the snake game, right? In mobile 1100 mobiles or other mobiles. So it goes left and right. There will be apple. It will eat. Once it eats apple, it grows. So that game. Where is the snake? No, there is no snake here. So in this code, there is no snake. I've just shown the basics. So next file, I'll slowly build upon the snake. So this is just to show use of while there. Yeah, next slide. Next code I'll explain. So this is just to show the initialization of Pygame and display part. Okay, any other questions? Are you able to download this code and then run it? Or if you have any questions, I'll wait for another 10 seconds. Please provide the GitHub link. I already given. Anyhow, I'll try to paste it here. Where is it? I'll try to get it again. Arun Prakash, Control X. Where is the chat? Everyone, here you go. This is a repo. So you can download all the code from there. Okay, I assume everybody understood this part and I will move on with this example number 2. Okay, so where is my 002? Here, event loop. Okay, the second example. So here I assume you understood this part, init, set mode, display, flip, all those things. I am just showing the while on loop. I've expanded the while on loop. Okay, so in the while on loop, I have added something called event. Okay, and it takes this for loop, right? For loop I did in example, right? For a in range of something I did, right? The same way here also. For event in from this event dot get. So the event dot get is the event queue. Okay, in Pygame or any game, they maintain the event queue. So whatever you do it, every other action will directly be put into an event queue. So as a developer, you have to pull the event queue or get from the event queue and process it. Okay, step by step. So here also I'm doing it. So whatever event happens, I get it and I print the event. Okay, and if I'm handling only one event in that part, which is the quit event. So I'll show which is the quit event. If the quit event comes in, I'm saying that, hey, I'm going to close the Pygame and asking the system to program to exit, sys.exit. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do it. So let me run it. Okay, I have to know the file name, right? File path, go here, cls, so clear Python double quotes, paste it, event loop. Okay, it is running. Same slither.read. See, whatever I do, it's getting mouse motion. Okay, mouse down, mouse up. I'm clicking up and down. So every event it is coming in. Now I'm going to press a key. See, so I'm going to press W. See, here if you see that Unicode, shit man, I'll press W again. Let's say Q. Okay, see, it says that somebody has pressed Q. Okay, so let me test it again. Come on, where is it? So this time I'm going to press A. Why it is crashing? Okay. Okay. So I'm going to press A. See, in the last line, if you see that Unicode A and key value is 97. So 97 is the ASCII key value for A. Okay, that is what it is. So this is how you capture all the events what a user does while developing a game. You might capture and use it or ignore it. That is your choice. Here what I'm doing is I'm capturing all the event and printing it. Okay, but I'm not doing anything with the event. So I'm using only one event, which is a quit event, which is this part. If I click this, it'll close. So that is a quit event. See, I had a quit event here. Only this event I have handled it. Rest of the other events I didn't handle it. I'm just printed it. That is what my code is. So now you should look at this code and see it. Okay, this is a this is the event loop. Okay, any questions here? Where is the keyboard and mouse are called? No, I'm not calling anything. So I'm just getting it, whatever is there in the get and printing it. I'm not calling anything. I'm not handling it. Only when I handle it, it will be either called or doing something. Okay, Joe, thank you. Any other questions? Okay, pygame.event.get. So pygame.event, I mean, as I said, every game will have an event queue, right? So you have to get it from the event queue, whatever is happened. Okay, so here this pygame.event.get is a function which helps you to read from the event queue and give that value to you. So you can read it and then use it or ignore it. That is your choice as a developer. Okay, perfect. So now we have learned basic display and the event loop. The third question, third code. Okay, so here I'm going to handle the events. Okay, so what is the event? I have a function called myQuit. So let me run through one line by line. First, as usual, I am importing it. Second, I have a function called quit function. In that, I have done pygame.quit and system.exit. This is a simple function, self-explanatory, right? Then I have written a second function, which does check events. And it takes a parameter called events. Okay. and that function is called from here, while on loop. So in the previous, I have written everything in the while on loop, right? Instead of that, I put it in a function and I'm passing the event.get. Okay, so once this is called, it will come one by one event, and first I'm handling for quit event. Okay, if it is not a quit event, key press or a key down. Okay, and if it is a escape, I'm saying quit. I'm calling quit. Or else what I'm doing is I'm just changing the image left and right. I'm having an image. Where is that image? Here it is. So init display mode slither.eat get surface. So this is my screen stuff which I'm filling it. Okay, and I'm just using it for left and right. I will show it first because that will be easier for you guys to understand. CLS, clear it, Python, double quotes. See, I'm having a rectangle. Okay, the rectangle is what I have drawn. So if I press left key, I'm going to press, it moves, sorry, right key, it moves right. Okay, see, every press left, it moves left. So now I'm handling the keyboard event, not mouse event. Okay, keyboard event, I'm handling it. So I'll show the code here. So if I press left arrow, it comes here and it goes to the else part and says that, hey, if it is a left, change the image position +5, x-axis +5. Okay, if it is a left, x-axis -5. That's all I'm doing. This is a simple logic which I've written for the event handling. These two lines are the logic, business logic. How cat x and cat y value measures? Yeah, I will show you. Okay, so this is a cat x. So let's go back and check it. Here I have fixed the cat x value, screen's 10th position. You can fix any value, let's say 20, and it could be 50. Okay, I just saved it. So as of now, you see, it looks like it is in the line 3 kind of it, right? Row. I will close it and rerun it. CLS. Okay. I will change the value here, cat x, cat y. Let's make it to 200 and 500. Let's check it. What is the image value? See, it has changed the position. Okay. Those values extend up to, it depends, like it depends on the screen size. You have to write the logic to check the screen size and stop it. So in the next image, we'll do that. Okay, next exercise. Right now, I'm not doing it. So it goes like this forever. Come on, go, 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 go. See, it goes forever because I haven't added the conditions to stop it. Okay, so the logic should be get the screen size. If it is goes beyond the screen size, stop it. Okay, that's what the code is. Okay, so I've stopped the event and this is what it is. So right now, this example shows how to handle some event. Last, we have just printed the event. So commands rotate image. Yeah, that is a typo error. Okay, rotate rectangle, move rectangle. So I just copy paste error. Move rect right. That's all. Okay, if I do it, it will come. I mean, there is no change in the logic as is. Only the print function I am changing it. I haven't saved it. Why it is saying image rights? Where I have done the wrong thing. Here it is. this print is coming in. I will comment this print, this unnecessary print. So move rect right, move rect left. See, now you are getting the comments properly, right? So I've just done just typo errors. Ignore it. Okay. So to recap, first we saw display. Saw display. Second, event loop. Third, event handling. Okay. These are the three things which you have seen so far. Any questions in this? I'm not using it actually. I'm not using it. It's dummy. Okay, fine. Let's move on. So now the fourth shapes. Okay, this is straightforward stuff. Nothing to explain much. Okay, this is just to show the different display stuff. I will straight away run it and show it. CLS Python double quotes enter. So this is just to show the shapes, different shapes, how to draw it. Okay. So that's all about this fourth game. Now let's try to build the get into the actual meat of it, the snake game. Okay. So in the snake game, let's recap one by one and try to stitch all the stories here. Okay. So first init and import. Import is for importing the stuff. Init is for initializing the thing. And black and white is the RGB variable which I having it. Red is the one. And I'm fixing the window width and starting the display caption. And I've added one more new thing called clock. The clock is to refresh the screen. So there is something called refresh rate, right? Every screen has a different refresh rate. Okay. Let's say if you are trying to take a video out of your computer, it'll show it in a different what is that? How would I say that? Glary format, right? Because the refresh rate of the screen and your recorder, either your phone or your video cam, would be different. So that is one place, and based on the refresh rate, you will feel the game's smoothness. If you refresh often, your game will be smoother. Okay, but the penalty is you will use the CPU power a lot, which means that you will drain the battery power of the particular machine a lot. Okay, so that is what it is. Okay, so that is the refresh rate. So you have to choose the refresh rate based on your game. Okay, there is no fixed formula for it. You can decide based on the smoothness of your stuff. And coming back to the next step, quit part. Okay, and the next is the font part and draw grid. Okay, this is the first thing. So draw grid and snake is the place where we are going to draw the snake. Before that I'll show the output because it will be easier to understand. Python double quotes, paste, enter. So this is a game. Okay, this is a snake. So now the snake has grown. Oh, risky. Third block. So the snake has grown a lot. So I added. See, there is a glitch because I haven't calculated it perfectly. So based on the screen size, I have just deported it. So this is a game. Those who are familiar with this, for some people it is nostalgic, for some people it is not. Okay. Now the snake is gone, so it is crashed. Okay. So game over. You want to press or not is the question. Okay. I'm going to close this. So this is the game which we are going to use it. And yes, exactly. Nokia. Nokia people will love this. Okay. So here is the first, this guy draw rect. So draw rect is for drawing the rectangle of the size. Okay. I'm calling it in the loop because the snake has a long tail, right? It might be a single headed or it might be a tail. So I have to use a loop to draw all the rectangles. That is part. This is a snake drawing part. Okay. This draws the snake rectangle, different rectangles. Okay. So the step one of drawing is done. Okay, it takes two things, block size and snake list. Okay, what is the size of the block? You want to have a smaller block or a bigger block? That is up to you. And what is the size of the snake? Two-headed snake or a three-header or a 20 length snake? The length of the snake. Video games favorite? Yes, sir. You're right. Okay. So then what else? Here is the game loop. Okay, game loop is the place where we start the stuff. Okay, so this is for positioning the apple. So we have to position the apple right at some random function place. So there is a function called rand range, which gives a random value between the given range. Okay, so and we round it off so that it gives a proper rounded value of apple's position, x and y position. Okay, so that is this part. So now we have got the x and y. We haven't drawn the stuff. Okay, the drawing will happen here. This is a place where we draw the apple. Okay, so this is a logic number one. First logic is snake drawing. Second logic is apple positioning. Ignore the spelling mistakes. Okay, so these are the two logics. Now let's get into the actual game logic. Why we divide and multiply that to x and y can't see? Those are the numbers which is based on the screen size and the values, so that we get it in a proper way. So all these values you can tweak it. There is no fixed formula for it. So I have done it in my own style. You can do it in your own logic. It can be 20 also. Nothing wrong in that. Okay. So now the game logic starts here. The game loop. Okay. First is to stop the game. Let's ignore it. The squid part of it. Let's say keep down. Okay. When the key down happens, here it is. See. So when there is a key down, I am identifying what type of key down is. Left arrow, right arrow, up arrow, down arrow. Okay. First, my job is to identify what type of key is happening. Okay. So based on the key value, I am subtracting the x and y. That's all I'm doing it. Change of x and y position. Okay. Every time I'm doing it. And here I'm checking whether it is in the window width or not. If it is a window width, I'm setting a variable called game over. Okay. So if this game is over, I'll show you where I'm using this game over. Up. See, if the game is over, I mean, till it's false, it is running it. If it is game over, it will quit. Okay, that's all the logic is. Okay, the second logic is find arrow key press and do subtractions for the position. Okay, and fourth logic is window size for game over. These are the four logic I have it. Okay, the rest of the things are display parts of it. Okay, and clock dog tick is the frames per second. So this is the snake game which I'm having it. Any questions in this part? in the 4 steps: drawing the snake, positioning the apple, finding the key press, finding the window size, and say that, hey boss, your game is over. Yes, do me a favor in this game, make a background of some there is a code for that as well. For example, if you go to the additional files, okay, so this parallaxity, so I'll show the images first. Parallaxity, parallax beach, waves, all these are images, okay. So I am going to use the images here. Okay, this is the next thing. I'm not going to explain the stuff, which you can see it. Copy the file path, go back to this, Python, double quotes, and use it. Okay. This is the image, parallax image. I mean, here I've set the image, but you can set any image of your choice. So the code is available here in the additional folders. You can check it out. Any other questions for anyone? Okay, guys, thank you. I hope it is useful for everyone who's learned it. Okay, so you can, the same Pygame courses is available for free. The Python course is available for free. Go and learn it. Okay, and thank you all for listening patiently for at least 45 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, the link is www.guvi.io. So you have to use the mobile app to unlock the course. That is the only way. Download the mobile app, okay, and choose college license. That would be the third option. Okay, thank you, Rishka. Thank you all. Thank you, Kamala. Okay, guys, please give the feedback. I would love to hear it from you as well, so that I can improve myself. Okay. Okay, guys, bye-bye. Let me quit and put myself in mute.